we thank God for His power of protection that is always upon us, protecting us, protecting our families, protecting our nations, and we give God all the glory. Today, I want to talk about prayer. Prayer is very, very important, and the Bible has said that we should pray without ceasing in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17. So prayer is very, very important. But how regular we are going to be in terms of using prayer or in prayer to communicate or interact with God seems to be influenced by two main things. One of them is time, and the other one is the environment. So today I'm going to focus on the environment. I'll talk about that of time in another video. How the environment influences or limits our prayer life. People would want to pray in a place where they are alone. So if they are living in a house with other family members, they would hardly pray because they feel people are around, so they don't want to pray. And when they move out to, definitely they are going somewhere. You are using a route, maybe a path, or you are at the roadside, you are in a car going somewhere. In all these places, you'll find people around you, so you may not pray. You arrive, whether at your workplace or in school, in your classroom, there are people around you, so you don't pray. When you are coming back, it's the same route, so you find people around, you will not pray. And come back to the house, people are still there, you don't pray. So apart from time, you see that environment really influences our prayer life. It limits it. So the point is that you should not allow the environment to limit your prayer life. When people are present, you must learn to pray there. Otherwise, sometimes you have to create a very good environment for yourself. That is why sometimes people would have to move out of their houses and go to maybe a place like a field somewhere, or maybe a classroom, and they go there and pray. You would have that kind of environment that you want. But not everyone would have this kind of environment, because where you stay may not be so close to a field, maybe a school park or something. So you may not get that kind of environment where you go there and then you pray. You may not also get an easily accessible classroom somewhere to go and pray there. So if you're going to depend on the environment, from the first day of the week to the last day of the week, you may never pray. And that is going to also affect your prayer life. And that is going to affect your communication and interactions with God. And to the extent of influencing your relationship with God. So what I want to encourage you to do is that get that mentality off, that I need some specific kind of environment before I can pray. In your room, when somebody is there, you need to learn how to pray. In your classroom, you need to learn how to pray. When you are walking or when you are at the roadside, you need to learn how to pray. The point is that a lot of people feel so shy to open their mouths and be praying while other people are there. But just look at this. There are things some people can do openly, in public. They don't feel ashamed of themselves. They do it. They do it. There are so many practices that we see around us that people do openly. They don't feel ashamed. But when you are going to pray, then you feel shy of it. I don't think that is good enough. Sometimes God would prompt you to pray about something, and that prayer may be a means to stop something, maybe a bad event from happening. And if you're going to behave this way with this kind of lifestyle that you always need some kind of environment in order to pray, I'm telling you, you may allow a lot of bad events to happen just because of your failure to pray within just that particular environment. Sometimes something will prompt you that maybe pray about this, pray to cancel a bad event coming. You need to stop anything you are doing at the time and then you pray. You don't need a special kind of environment. If you find one, fine. But if you don't, you just have to pray because that is the prompting of the Holy Spirit and you have to go by it. So your life should not be that kind where prayer would be absent from it. So the whole week you're not going to pray because the environment always seems not to be good. From morning till evening, the environment is not good, so you cannot pray. And maybe you may not be strong enough to always be waking up at dawn where everyone is asleep for you to pray. But you see, when you change the mentality about some of these things, you create your own environment for yourself mentally, and you will be able to pray the way you are supposed to. So that is what I'm encouraging every one of us to do. The environment. In your kitchen, when God prompts you to pray about something, pray. In your hall, pray. In your classroom, when God prompts you to pray about something, you pray. At your workplace, when God prompts you to pray about something, you pray. Even when you're in car, sometimes you have to bow. You do so and then you pray. We need to reshape our prayer life so we'll have a very good relationship with God and a very good Christian life. That is it. God bless us all. Let's continue in prayer. See you.